Hi, this is a response to Sierra 1947. Well, for others viewing, let me tell you a little bit about what happened. I get into forensics and true crime, that sort of thing. Interests me. If I had to do things over, I'd totally get into forensics. But so I watch a lot of court TV, keep up on different cases, and crime solving. Anyway, I'm sure you all heard of the Caylee Anthony case, where who hasn't? It's all over the media. Anyway, the little girl down in Florida, her mother's being accused of killing her. Anyway, there's this woman, Sierra 1947. She records the Nancy Grace show every night and uploads it to YouTube. And today I was watching last night's show, and there was a couple people in the comments discussing the behavior of the protesters that were outside the Anthony home throughout this whole ordeal. And I commented on their behavior and how I thought it was, disgusting. It was bad. It was ridiculous. And I said I wish more people would make half the effort and protest maybe, the innocent children who've been killed, as a result of the Iraq war. Maybe protest the war, and I guess Sierra 1947 didn't like me bringing that up. So she comes back and she says to me, "We aren't allowed to protest the war." And I kind of was like, what? And she says, "We haven't been allowed to protest war since the Vietnam era." And so I corrected her and told her where she was wrong, and kind of recommended a few places for her to go to check out. And I had, said you might want to check out Iraq Vets Against the War, or, do a YouTube or a Google search for Iraq War protests. And then she comes back and she totally contradicts herself, and she says, well, yes, there are protests going on all the time, but there was one protest. The most important protest is the one in Washington, D.C. Well, the one in Washington, D.C. didn't work out. It was shut down and everyone was moved, and that was the end of that. I don't know where she's getting her information from, but that wasn't the end of that. And anyway, I just tried to politely, show her where she was wrong, and maybe, anyway, long story short, she didn't like being pointed out, how she was wrong and what she had said. She ended up deleting my posts, and then ends up writing, "All posts regarding protesting war in Iraq have been removed in order to stay on the Anthony case." And I posted in response to that, yes, because it's so much more important, right? And I was really expecting her to delete that one, but she's left it. I don't know if she thought I was serious or not, but I don't know, you never know with people nowadays. But anyway, she, I don't know, Sierra, I guess I just wanted to post in response to you deleting my, my comments about the war, because, who's to say that maybe you didn't like what I had to say? I don't know if it was because you thought that you were going to come in all knowing and, school me on war protest. Obviously you didn't know who you were talking to. But, to delete my posts is just ridiculous. Why are you going to censor me, what are you, working for Fox News now? And who's to say that someone isn't going to come along and read what I wrote and say, hey, she's right, maybe I'll check this out, maybe get involved in something, I mean, why don't you just let conversation go where it goes? I mean, you know, which makes me think of another thing. This whole, the way everyone is so involved in this Caylee Anthony case, and, you know, everyone's a detective, you know, and do you realize how much the media molds your mind? I mean, do you really think that you would be so, okay, I won't direct it, you know, specifically at you, because it's not just you. Do you really think that people would be so involved in this if it weren't for the media? I mean, think about all the other kids, you know, that go missing every day. But you don't hear about that. But this Anthony case is just constantly shoved in our faces and glamorized through the media. And it's got, I mean, pretty much all frickin' United States in an uproar. You know, and that was my point, was how people are so enthusiastic toward, you know, something like this, but it's so passive when it comes to, you know, like I said, all the innocent children killed in the Iraq War. You know, but nobody, you know, protests that. You know, they just, you know, sit on their ass, do nothing, let our country crumble around us. You know, but you know, and then you delete my comments, censor me. You know, I didn't appreciate that. You know, I don't like being, you know, pretty much told to shut up. I mean, who are you to dictate where a conversation goes, or, you know, especially in a public forum? I mean, these are, sure, your videos, well, really not your videos, you're taking copywritten material off the TV and posting it, but still, you know, I guess it's your video on your channel. But I'm pretty sure these are public comments, right? But, I mean, yeah, so, you know, it kind of pissed me off that you deleted my comments. I don't know if it was because you were made to look like a fool, that you didn't know what you were talking about. I mean, it embarrassed you? I don't know. I mean, if that's the case, I guess my only suggestion is don't jump into something that you know nothing about. Because, I mean, it's pretty obvious you knew nothing about this. And I just politely corrected you. And, you know, some people can't handle that. But, you know, you may be able to delete my posts, but you can't delete my videos, huh? I bet you didn't expect this to be coming, did you? But, yeah, you shouldn't censor people, Sierra. It's not nice. You know, really, think about it.